It's basically up to each team to create their dishes below the 500 calories, no matter how they slice them or dice them. You know, they can put 100 calories in their entree if they want to.
1 ounce of cheese per pizza.
Correct. Our nutritionist, Renee, had really never seen pizza done on a low-calorie menu before and was very leery on whether or not we could keep the calorie count under the 500 mark. And I knew that because of my Italian background that I could come up with a recipe that was under the calorie count.
I had decided to make meringues, also known as pavlovas. They're basically egg whites and sugar, but they make a wonderfully crispy cookie. I had put 30 egg whites into the KitchenAid. I was blending it, and it just wasn't coming to a firm peak stage.
I noticed that Betty was having some problems with her meringues. I saw that she was using Splenda rather than sugar, which is just a huge no-no. Pastry is a science. You put something into it that has a different molecular structure, it's going to react differently.
My cookies were not the best idea to do. I completely forgot that you needed to let them sit overnight in an oven to get the crispy cookie.
Betty's dish is just plummeting. It's just failing. In other words, Betty's failing. And I know if the black team goes down, she's going to throw me under the bus any chance she gets. So I want to execute every dish.
The first day's batch of the meringues failed miserably, so I had to start over again from beginning with the cookies.
We're signed off on a menu that the nutritionist observed. We're prepared to honor what was signed off on.
You assume everyone is on the honor system day 2 because there are no nutritionists, but you never know. As I was cooking on the second day and the nutritionists weren't around anymore, there was squeeze bottles of olive oil on the line. I saw hands just randomly squeezing olive oil wherever people wanted to put it.
Betty's meringue cookies were not turning out on the first day. The second day, I had noticed that the recipe had changed. The cookies visually looked different. They were smaller and had a different consistency.
Yesterday, I put too many egg whites in the bowl, and so now we've reduced the portion of egg whites, and I added 2 more tablespoons of the sugar. The nutritionist told us yesterday that our calorie count was at about 440, so I felt very safe in the fact that I was staying within the calorie realm of 500.
The black team decided that we would like to treat you guys all to pizza. We start out with a sausage pizza. We have a berry and melon skewer. We also have thin, crispy chocolate cookies, topped with bananas and peanut butter and chocolate shavings. And just to finish it off, a little bit of berry lemonade. Do I have any questions, gentlemen? Yes?
Can you get the pizza and the lemonade?
You get the pizza, the lemonade, the fruit, and the cookies.
Hey guys, how you doing today? You know, no one likes to eat vegetables, but we have to eat them because they're healthy. So we decided to jazz up your veggies today, and we're making a veggie lasagna, chicken parmesan with marinara sauce and mozzarella all over it. And then for dessert, we put together a berry-rific cheesecake. Does anyone have any questions? All right, well, cool.
How you doing? Yeah, that's it. Let me tell you a little bit about ourselves before we get into the menu. My partner Sam here, he's diabetic, so he has to watch his sugar all the time. And Clifford has a physical fitness background, so he's a calorie counter all the way. On today's menu, we have turkey meatballs served with a corn on the cob, and then for dessert, a fruit smoothie with chocolate graham cracker crumbs on top.
What's happening, campers? I'm Mike from the red team. I kind of like want to get the wave going, you know? It's like... No, anyways, hey, we got a pretty killer menu. It's like chicken on a stick, some barbecue sauce. It's grilled. It's awesome. Then we have a little coleslaw. Some raisins are in it. And then to top it all off, we got some old-fashioned fudge cake with some fudge frosting. Let's rock and roll. How many want some chicken? Right on.
Any orders for orange?
Anyone who would like to order from Team White? All right.
Any orders for black?
That better be some damn good pizza.
You 2 teams were at the bottom of the barrel in this challenge. and one of you will be going home. Mia, why do you think you're here?
To be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea why we're here. I thought that our chicken was moist, it was tasty.
Who made the coleslaw?
We all made it together.
We all found that it was completely under-seasoned and that it really lacked acidity. There was almost no flavor because of it.
As far as selling the menu, I just want to know what the thought process into having Michael up there selling the menu.
Michael, he really wanted to do something to illustrate that he was active in this competition.
Why do you think that we feel that you're not really contributing?
Had a bad couple days. You know, I really missed my wife, and you know, that vending machine challenge, I just drew a blank, and you know, you said you had a vibe from me that I didn't care.
And if I might speak, I almost resent the fact that anybody would say that he doesn't care, because I do know Michael, and he does care.
I didn't say he didn't care, I said he acts like he doesn't care. That's not what you want to present. That's not what you should be presenting.
Sam, who led your team?
I guess I was called the team captain.
Did you try the turkey balls?
Yeah. I did like the seasoning and the tomato sauce.
Seasoning was fine. The texture was a little hard.
No, turkey was not the correct choice.
Who chose the fruit that would go into the smoothie?
I think I did.
Did you think about the grape situation, that it might be too sour for the dish?
Once we tasted it, then yes, we strained it.
So could you have stirred a little yogurt or something into that?
We weren't allowed to go back
and touch it from yesterday.
And that's another thing I can say. You know, I saw people walking around with like squeeze bottles of olive oil in it.
You're saying people cheated?
I'm not saying people cheated. I'm saying maybe they had it accounted for, but during the cooking process today, you know, I saw people with like squeeze bottles of olive oil walking around, like squirting it to coat this or that.
Who?
Just saying.
A tablespoon of olive oil has 120 calories.
I saw many problems occurring yesterday that all of a sudden today were miraculously like, oh.
Well, what wasn't working yesterday that started working today miraculously?
I'm not that guy. I'm just saying I'm not going to go there, but.
I'll go there. Those meringue cookies, yesterday when they made the meringue cookies, they used Splenda. Today, I believe when they remade the cookies, they used all sugar. They eliminated the Splenda.
You know, sitting there at judge's table, accusations start flying back and forth. You know, who's using extra olive oil? Who's putting sugar into the recipes and it doesn't belong there? I mean, this is a competition. We should be playing by the rules.
Did you guys feel that people cheated on their ingredients?
At the judge's table, and people start bringing it up, yeah.
The comment that I had made was that I said that during the cooking process today, there was like squeeze bottles of olive oil, and during cooking, it seemed like people were using like unmeasured amounts.
And you didn't even know what we talked to our nutritionists about. You guys,
no one's accusing you, man. No one accused you, but if you're getting all defensive, maybe you want to tell the chef something now.
You don't even know what you're talking about. So I'm going to get defensive.
Well, let me ask Betty directly. Betty, did you follow the exact recipe you followed yesterday?
Let me just say, I put 2 additional tablespoons of sugar in. But the portions were a lot smaller, and that was where I figured that was compensated. Plus, we had an additional 60 calories in our 500-calorie compensation, which I thought that was the guideline that we needed to stick with.
Right, but once the recipes were locked in yesterday, you were not supposed to deviate today at all.
I misunderstood that.
Are you the only one who misunderstood that?
It was not something that was done maliciously. I thought that I could still add it and still be within the 500-calorie range.
I believe that you misunderstood that. However, other people are saying they know what the rules were.
I know, but I didn't. And it wasn't something that I did, like, to anybody else.
At the end you can change it. Then how do you verify the 500?
It depends on your education and what your nutrition told you. Or
Bingo.
Your nutrition.
Listen, guys, we can go on all night long, and we just got to end this. No one's going home tonight. But believe me, we're going to be watching you really closely from here on out. Consider yourselves on probation.
Thank you, Chef.